What is happening, DJ Talk family, and how you all doing tonight? First of all, welcome to the 75th episode of DJ Talk. Man, what a week. What a week. Now, before we get started, I would like to send a special shout out to everyone that is having a great week, having great success as well, having a great moment, having great times and having great joy and everything you're doing. It's just an incredible moment. Like every day it's a day of celebration. Even though Valentine's Day is over, and but the word love is still around. That's just a very special part about it. It's just the love and the moment. You got family, you got people you love, you got friends that you love, you got everyone around you that you want to be surrounded by. And that's a good part, because you are surrounded by love. Not just for me, but for you guys. And that's what DJ Talk Family is all about. It's about love, it's about happiness, it's about caring, and also D Nation family as well. Like we are enjoying the moment of love. And not only that, but hopefully you'll keep up the winning streak and I'll have a great week in the new week. So let's continue to win. If you're new to this channel, allow me to welcome you guys to D Nation family. Sit back, relax, enjoy the ride, and most importantly, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the bell for notifications and many more contents to come. So, without any further ado, let's get right to it. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how not to be intimidated. So, what does it mean not to be intimidated? You know what? That is a very great question. That is a great question. Excuse me. It means not to shrink from danger. Synonyms: unblinking, unflinching, unshrinking, fearless, unafraid, obvious, oblivious of danger and perils, or calmly resolute in facing them. Very interesting meaning right there. That is the opposite of fear that we just started to learn about, that we're all starting to learn about. So, all of the J Talk family, that's what we want to learn. We want to learn how to not be intimidated by what's in front of us. You ever heard that old expression that goes something like this? If something is in the way, you don't want to go left, you don't want to go right, you don't want to go backwards, you want to go forward. So you got to hit that rock that's in the road and you want to tear that down, you know? There are quotes that talks about not being intimidated. And it goes something like this. Here we go. Number 1, Sarah Blakely says, "Do not be intimidated by what you don't know. That can be your greatest strength and ensure that you do things differently from everyone else." 2, Mike Yaconoli says, "Boldness doesn't mean rude, obnoxious, loud, or disrespectful. Being bold is being firm, sure, confident, fearless, daring, strong, resilient, and not easily intimidated. It means you are willing to go where you've never been. You're willing to try what you've never tried. You're willing to trust what you've never trusted. Boldness is quiet, not noisy. It's always about being quiet, not make a lot of noise. That's what it's all about. Number 3, Morgan Freeman says, I'm not intimidated by lead roles. I'm better in them. I don't feel pressure. I released at all times like that. That's what I'm born to do. You know what I mean? I had to add that up a little bit, but you know what I mean. Get it? I know you get it. Number 4, Madeline Albright says, we will not be intimidated or pushed off the world stage by people who do not like what we stand for, and that is freedom, democracy, and the fight against disease, poverty, and terrorism. Very powerful right there. Number 5, Begam Binky Habria Mani says, let no one ever intimidate you. You are standing on no one's ground. But again, some have claimed the earth as their own, unsupered power from the rest of us. But there are unsupered power belongs to every one of us. Seek it as much as possible. There is no shame in that. In fact, it's a necessity. Either you have power or you are trampled to death in the stampede to get to the top. Number 6, Greg D. Lonesborough says, fear is a lethal killer of dreams. The greatest cancer that has beset passion and a ruthless thief of lives stolen and buried in the decay of lives squandered. Yet, the greatest tragedy of all is that the fear that destroys us is rarely the monster it pretends to be, nor does it possess anything close to the power that we grant it. Therefore, it is an only killer, a cancer, and a thief because we empower it to be so. Number 7, Israel Moore Ayiver says, telling the truth to yourself is integrity. Telling the truth to others is honesty. Telling the truth with no fear or intimidation is bravery. And being free from falsehood is purity. Number 8, Rebecca Aguilar says, lead by inspiration, not intimidation. I'll repeat it again for the people in the back that didn't hear it for the first time. Lead by inspiration, not by intimidation. Number 9, William Arthur Ward says, the experienced mountain climber is not intimidated by a mountain. He is inspired by it. The persistent winner is not to be discouraged by a problem. He is challenged by it. Mountains are created to be conquered. Adversities are designed to be defeated. Problems are sent to be solved. It is better to master one mountain than thousands foothills. Number 10, Taylor Swift, aka Travis Kelce's girlfriend, says, I'm intimidated by the fear of being average. Number 11, Lenny Wilkins says, intimidation doesn't last very long. Number 12, Jana Cahola says, don't let people intimidate you into downgrading your goals. They intimidate only because they are intimidated by your goals. Number 13, Leonard Ravenhill says, a man who is intimidated with God is not intimidated by man. 14, Peter J. Gomes says, if you let spirit define You you have a life that even death itself cannot intimidate or is extinguish. Number 15, Robert Greene says, through reputation alone, you can intimidate and win. Same guy, number 16, Robert Greene says, all great leaders that know that an aura of mystery draws attention to them and creates an intimidating presence. Number 17, George Bernard Shaw says, hate is the revenge of a coward intimidated. Number 18, Jane Austen says, there is a stubbornness about me that never can bear to be frightened at the will of others. My courage always rises at every attempt to intimidate me. Number 19, Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. I realized that intimidation didn't really exist if you're in the right frame of mind. Number 20, Andy McDowell says, I think sometimes I intimidate people. I've been told that, but I feel that I'm less I'm less intimidated person possible. Number 21, Colin Kaepernick says, if intimidation is your game plan, I hope you have a better one. Number 22, last but not least, Dolly Parton says, I'm not intimidated by how people perceive me. Wow. Very interesting quotes said by these great authors. So you see, if we learn not to be intimidated, we will be fine. Let me give you guys an example. Let's say that if you ran into a bully, not one, but seven of them, and they are playing the intimidating factor. Excuse me. And they want to strike fear in your heart or into your heart. Here's the question I have for you guys. The question is, what would you do? Would you run and be scared and intimidated of these big bad bullies that want to show that they're big, they're tough, and try to put you down and grab you wherever you go? Or are you going to do something about it? Like, are you going to stand up to them and show them that you are not going to be intimidated? You decide. And whatever your answer is, write it down in the comment section below. Before I wrap up this episode, I want to give you guys a dose of knowledge. Never, and I mean never, show fear. Because if you do, one of your enemies will find a way to go after you and inflict punishment on you and humiliate you and push you around like if you were a rag doll or somewhat like that. So I'll repeat it again. For the people in the back, never show fear. So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. We're going to keep going. DJ Talk Podcast. In 2024, we're going to have bigger and better episodes coming up. So stay tuned for more. And more importantly, stay tuned for more episodes of DJ Talk. Stay positive. Have a good night. Peace out.